Hello, this is Ben Muldrow from Arnett Muldrow and Associates. I'm proud to present to you the branding and marketing presentation for Clinton, North Carolina. We first started by looking at the messaging strategy needed for the community and realizing that there was a definite need for both internal and external communication. That is, focusing on being able to speak both to the region as well as nurturing a visitor economy. One of the big things that we had to do was look at the different partner organizations that already exist in the region who have cultivated their own message and who are currently communicating to their own target markets. Sampson EDC is communicating to current employers and new businesses. The city and chamber speak to small business and cultivate investment. The visitor message is being stewarded by the Sampson CVB. And both the city, Main Street, and other organizations and event organizers are cultivating that local message. Each one of those has its own unique targets and its own role in the community. We need to make sure to be considerate of how all of those work in concert to be able to create a cohesive message. The next thing that we wanted to do was really look at the market data that existed and update that data. We studied an area that was made up of both a 15-minute and 30-minute drive time. They're shown here. And we also studied the demographic and psychographic breakdown of that area. So we studied what's called market segmentation, where we developed psychographic analysis of different members of the community and actually described those by what kind of interest they have, what kind of publications they lean towards, their socioeconomic demographics and things like that. The largest category is called Southern Satellites, and then the close second is called Heartland Communities, and both of these descriptions give us good information on how we can market Clinton to the region. We also went through and updated the baseline market data, market leakage data. This allows us to measure how much money is currently being spent within the region and compare it to how much the businesses in that region are selling. That allows us the opportunity to create a marketing recommendation system that is based off of real market reality. So we'll be passing all that data along in our final presentation. But the thing we really wanted to focus on was the development of the identity system. And with that identity system, we always start with defining typefaces. For Clinton, we defined two different typefaces, a primary, which is a contemporary style serif typeface. It still has the traditional values of a serif typeface, but it also has a little bit of energy and momentum and curvature to it. And then we tied that with a more contemporary sans serif secondary typeface. These two combine together to create the personality of a place that is traditional and firm in its history while focused on moving forward and creating momentum. From that, we wanted to create a color palette. We selected a 7-color color palette with colors that were drawn out of photos that we took of Clinton, North Carolina. Here you see the color palette spans from warm oranges and golds through the greens into a series of blues and is all connected with a baseline of a very warm brown gray. These colors will be important tools to help us to connect events and organizations in the community as we move forward. The next thing that we wanted to do was focus in on graphics. And with all the energy and momentum that has been developed around the new public art project, we really felt like this image of the millstone was something that had a lot of potential. So we'll show you how that manifested itself here in a moment. So we've looked at typeface, we've looked at color, we've looked at graphic. The next thing that we like to focus in on is message. And we do that with something that we call a brand statement. And I'd like to read that for you now. We are Clinton, North Carolina, and we invite you to discover this truly special place. You may call us rural, but for over 250 years, people have been drawn to this rich land and the warm community that it nurtures. Clinton served as a place where the crops were sold, where the grains were milled, and where the harvest was celebrated. We've made our livings off the land, and that agricultural heritage remains strong today as we grow the crops and raise the livestock that feed the country. Our rural character instills in each of us an appreciation for these bountiful gifts, encouraging us to respect and preserve our quality of life. You may call us too small, but we offer all the best of a small southern town. Whether you've lived here for a day or for a lifetime, our roots are strong. We are a community in the truest sense of the word, a place where our neighbors are our friends, where one's word still means something, and where our stories weave and bind us together. Newcomers to Clinton can quickly build relationships that feel welcomed here. Thanks to our town's personality, warmth, and charm. That spirit grows stronger every day and is evident in the grassroots efforts that have built our wellness center, medical mile, public art, and active parks throughout the community. You may call us out of the way, but Clinton is the proud heart of Sampson County. Whether it's in the well-kept homes around town, the cheers shaking the stands at the high school sporting events, or in our citizens' drive to volunteer within the community. Clinton's pride is palpable and magnetic. It draws people here, and our warmth and kindness persuade them to stay. Our downtown testifies to our community's warmth and quality of life. It's where a child can get an ice cream at the drugstore soda fountain, young professionals can socialize at the downtown concerts, or folks can mill around in our shops, boutiques, and restaurants. You may call us boring, but Clinton is a city full of opportunity. Students young and old can gain a practical education at our community college, and folks hoping to start a business will find a friendly, cooperative business community. Like the fields of Sampson County, Clinton is fertile ground for those seeking new business opportunities or a fresh start, and those people planting seeds to enrich the community will find their harvest abundant. Clinton is a place where the American dream is not an empty promise, but a genuine possibility for any sensible person who works hard and enriches the community. We are the local wares and the fresh produce at the city market. We are the thriving industries and the national brands. We are the social events, local bands, and vital arts community. We are the crack of the bat, the step down the trail, and a historic tale. We are the image of yesterday and the foundation of tomorrow. We are Clinton, North Carolina, and we are the perfect place to call home. So here you see it all come together with the stylized version of the millstone separated out into 6 multicolored elements, and that stylized typeface with the serif typeface, and then we have that tagline, the perfect place to call home. So here we see what we call the destination brand. This is our primary brand system, but we immediately begin to look at the variations that exist. The first thing we notice is that tagline can change to be our modifier. It's going to be very important for us to identify that we're talking about Clinton, North Carolina, as Clinton, South Carolina is also so close by. Here we also have a clean version of the icon as well as a rusticated version. We're showing a reversed out option on that field of gray where the colors really pop out. We also test out black and white reversed options and show how you can even incorporate the school colors when need be. Again, continuing to look at different variations, we have 2 different setups based off of the size that we have, one with the icon centered, one with it slightly offset, showing how those can work in reverse and one color options as well. Then from there, we look at the city identity. Now, what we wanted to do with the city was simply update this seal because it was so well implemented and truly create something that could have a very long lifespan. We wanted to clean up the graphics and create something that could become a little more timeless. So we took that and we updated it with the new version. Here we see it in one color. Here we see the full color version. Seeing that this logo can easily work in single color options and allows us a lot of opportunity to tie this with this new word mark to create a true sense of place. We can implement this new system in the brochures that the city has produced. Here we show just 4 single color options and then the full guide to the community. These are developing a brochure system that the community can use to really tie together all the information that you hope to share. From there, we also developed a variation for a downtown identity. Here we see how both using the millstone to replace the O in Clinton, as well as a stylized square version for the courthouse square. These give us several different options for us to use to promote this idea of milling around downtown. So here we have our own separate identity for downtown that's obviously connected and coordinated, but also creates a sense of a unique place. Introducing that in things like downtown rack cards, being able to implement that into downtown maps, and then even being able to sell merchandise that feature the brand identity so that people can show their pride in their community. Brand extension making its way into the events. Here we see quite a few different events, from Downtown Dash to Movies at the Market to Christmas in the City, all showing how you can take different variations of the icon and have it grow and expand to connect to the events and positive experiences that the people in the community share. We also took a quick look at things like street banners. Here we see 6 different colors that could be used to designate the 6 primary nodes, entry nodes into your downtown core. Using these color coordinated banners to really create a sense of understanding of how these streets converge into the heart of your downtown. And then finally, to illustrate how you can tell this story through advertising and marketing message, we have several examples of how you can see your community. We see the headline changing, taking advantage of a perfect place to take home, perfect gift to take home, a perfect place setting, perfect place to be healthy, and the opportunities for expansion are endless. Thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you for your opportunity to present this, and we look forward to seeing the brand implemented in Clinton, North Carolina. Have a great evening.